Is no one interested in the truth? Is no one actually? We sit back and we look at this and we have to laugh at it. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think that the world is kind of gone crazy. When I see everything that's happening today and how when I see that people are not even open to the truth, that's what I think that is important about my platform. I try on a regular basis to be as objective as possible so that I can have a real conversation about what's really going on. And that's whether we're talking about relationships, popular culture, whatever. And what I found is that most people are not interested in the truth. Most people are more interested in being entertained. And so a lot of times the narrative, I'm not even gonna say the lie, but any narrative that somebody comes up that seems salacious is more interesting than the truth. And so that's probably why people are more focused on that. People that don't even know or, may not even be remotely interested in understanding what the truth is, that's what I tend to think that they lean towards is the entertainment. Because, even if you start to pay attention to the stuff that they look at or that they post on their own platform, it's all based off of, that's why a lot of these platforms exist. That's why a lot of these vlogs exist. And it's not necessarily to tell the truth, it's just to be entertaining.
But very few of them are doing as well as you are. So
yeah, that's true. Well, I take a longer term approach, and I think that that's why we have the relationship that we have. Because we weren't even focused, like this thing kind of happened spirit of moment.
Right.
But we weren't focused on that. I call you and I say, hey, how's it going? Man,
right.
You doing, you
need
anything?
And I appreciate that.
And then you call me and say, hey, is everything good? You need anything from me? And that's the dynamic of our relationship.
I get mad when I see dudes out there talking bad about you.
But I'm used to it. You do.
And I'm like, why? Because here's the thing. Why can't we sit and talk about it?
Yeah, I agree.
I send a message to Joe Budden's podcast. Crickets. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But who's that Marc, the guy, the political
Marc
guy?
Lamont Hill.
Let me tell you something. I'd destroy that dude.
Yeah.
I would destroy him. Not physically, but in
I
a
understand
debate.
What you're saying.
Because you don't even know me, but you call me an asshole?
Yeah. Well, I look at Marc Lamont Hill. There's this segment of people that are what I like to call, they like to champion themselves as intellectuals, right? And that they truly believe that they're smarter than everybody else. But I don't really believe that because I never see the results.
Right.
It never translates, right? So
I see people hand him I see people handing him his ass all the time.
Yeah, it's easy to, it's easy to say that, I'm the smartest guy in the room, but it doesn't necessarily translate into results, right? So I decided that I would do stuff on my own and that I would have the conversations authentically with people that I actually value. And getting to know you over the years, I'm happy that you had an opportunity to tell your perspective and your story on my platform. Let me ask you one more question, because there's been a lot of people from the Rickey Smileys to all of these different type of people that run with a narrative but doesn't necessarily seek the truth. Do you think that they have a greater responsibility on their platforms to be not only entertaining, but also objectively try to find the truth to have these conversations, especially when they have the opportunity to reach out to you and it's not like you hard to find?
I think that absolutely they do. And I'll tell you why. One of the reasons why the average watcher or listener is the way that they are is because they see and idolize the people that are acting the way that they do.
Right.
So why would they be any different? Why would they seek the truth? Why would they look for the truth if the people that they put up on a pedestal don't look for the truth either?
Right.
They're more responsible than anyone because they've got the bigger platform. So when I go out and I call somebody out about it and they don't reach back, that just tells me you're a coward, that you don't have the intestinal fortitude to sit here with me.
Right.
Because you know I'm smarter than you. And you know that I have a truth that you don't want to actually get to.
I think that another part of it, though, is that they pander into their audience.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How can we expect the audience to get smarter?
I don't think they want them to. I don't think that they want them to.
Or to, the plantations that you talk about. How do they get off of those?
I don't think that they want them to get off of that. I don't think that they're interested in educating or finding the truth or any of that. I don't think that that's the play. I think that the play is to continue to monetize the ignorance.
Yeah. I mean, I see that too, but that means no integrity. What I'm here to show everyone is that this is what integrity looks like.
Yeah.
Because I could very easily lie to you and try to make things better. But that would mean that I'm lying to myself. How can I look my wife straight in the face? She's been there from the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm 100% transparent. This is not edited whatsoever. This is just straight up exactly giving it to you real. I will tell you that I asked Brian, is it anything that you don't want me to talk about or ask you and you didn't object to anything? You can ask me anything that you want. So you don't, from the very beginning, I don't know. I don't see anything.
Anton, I've been getting interviewed since I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
My life has been, look back and love me, hate me, whatever. It's fine. I'm good. But if you would do me a favor, just take 5 seconds and actually go back and look and see who I am. I saw something yesterday that said, this guy's had a clean-cut image for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. And then all of a sudden this thing happened. And that was by design. They knew that if they put this out there, it would make people feel a certain way. And that no one would go, well, not no one, because my fans are my fans. My fans are diehard, for sure.
Absolutely.
But there'd be these other people who would run with it and make it into something that it's actually not and keep it going. 6 years of this?
Listen, let me say this, and then I want to get your final thoughts. I don't take these people serious, and I'll tell you why. Some of the exact same people, because I've done some of the research, some of the exact same people that have some of the most negative things to say and will not even seek the truth are some of the same people that support some of the most egregious people and things that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm not going to name them names because this is not about them. But the level of hypocrisy
I can't stand
is crazy. So I don't I don't believe people. I don't take them serious.
But here's the thing. That's fine and good on social media. But when you see it translate in real life.
No. That's true.
Absolutely. Someone sees my wife and they get aggressive with her because they think that she's standing by a man who abandoned his black children.
Yeah. That's
a problem.
I agree.
When our daughter Julie is out of the club and she has to have security because the women know who she is now, they take it too far. It's gone beyond just something, somebody says, we should get the guy who got Charlie Kirk to get Brian McKnight.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
That somehow I'm worse than R. Kelly or worse than Diddy or worse than...
Yeah, well, you naming some of them. Now that we there. Yeah.
But this is what they're saying.
Yeah.
And what did I do? Nothing.
Yeah.
I went on and lived my life and I fell in love. And...
Well, that's why I embrace being the villain. See, Brian, you too nice. You too nice. I don't mind. You know me, I'll go into the mire.
You know what? If it was just me, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
I'll burn the whole building down. I don't care.
There's other conversations to be had just about, what it's like to start as an R&B act.
Yeah.
And then cross over.
Yeah.
And the ramifications of that. There's so much more that we didn't touch on. But
no. I plan on doing this again.